I want to first start off by giving Kalista Walker a thank you and great appreciation for giving me this opportunity to come back to my old elementary to read my book, The Best School Year Ever, written by me, Charlez Hall, illustrated by Willie C. Gordon III. I'm just extremely excited to be here and to do this for our community reads. Thank you for the opportunity, and I'm just blessed, and I appreciate it so much. I started off, I went to Erickson Elementary, and this is what made me part of my upcoming, made me the man, the boy that I became. I loved it here. My favorite teacher taught here. I learned a lot. I learned a lot about myself, and I learned something that really, as an adult, I had to deal with and go back to my past and fix. I started off, I was a bully, and I did not know it. And I'm sorry, and I apologize again to any and everybody if I ever did anything to you. I'm just a funny guy, and I always crack jokes, and that was my way of getting through the school day and getting into just having fun and making school fun. But in knowing that everybody's not excited about or to want to be the butt of your jokes. So that kind of inspired me to write this book, and I was really inspired by some children. I was working at Logan Elementary with Miss Amanda Woods, who I was in her class, and she used to I worked with special needs kids, and she used to allow me to go to a general class to do writing and math with my student in Miss Natasha Stewart's class. And in that class, we were given an assignment the kids were given an assignment to write a story. And I always go in there and I'll try to help out as much as I could. And I was sitting at the table with a few kids. Itzy Caldwell and Carter Ward really inspired this book. So I want to thank them too. They challenged me, and I'm an Ypsilanti Brave. I went to East, I went to Erickson, then MC High, and I played with the Braves, and I coach with the Braves now. And as a Brave, when you challenge, we're always taught to step up. So they challenged me to write a story. As I'm sitting there, they challenged me to write a story. I started to write, and when I started to write, it just poured out, and I couldn't stop writing until I finished the story. And it's a great book, great illustration, great message. Hey, how you guys doing? I'm Charlez Hall. I am alumni of Erickson Elementary. I'm excited to be here, excited to read books to our community reads, to our children. Thank you, and I welcome you, and thank you for welcoming me. I, in school, did not like English was my worst subject. Writing and English were my worst two subjects. And I used to act out when it was time for those subjects and really shy away and really go into a shell because I was nervous and I was scared because I wasn't a good reader or a good writer. And I'm here now today admitting that and telling you, kids, if you have a problem with that, talk to somebody that you're comfortable with where you can get the help that you need because it's okay. Everybody's not the best reader, not the best writer. But I'm here to tell you it's okay. I'm here to show you that now I'm not nervous, I'm not scared, and I'm here to read books to you so you can see that you too can do it too. Thank you. Kiddos, here we go. Let's please join me in reading The Book Hog by Greg Pozzoli. Beautiful book. I love the pink. A pig is called a hog when he's younger, if you guys didn't know. The books are for sharing. The book hog loved books. And he had quite a few. He loved the way they smelled and the way the pages felt in his hooves. He especially liked the ones with pictures. He picked them up here and there, anywhere he could find them. But the book hog had a secret, a big secret. He didn't know how to read. He had never learned. He was surrounded by books, but the book hog couldn't read a single one. The book hog went to bed every night without a bedtime story. Oh.
Isn't that sad?
Yes, very sad. One morning, he went out looking for more books. He came to a long, low building. He smelled some books inside. He snuck through the stacks, adding several books to his pile. But then a soft voice said, "Would you like to join us for story time?" It was Mrs. Ollie, the librarian. "Pick out a book and I'll read it with you." The book hog blinked. Then he swallowed. "You'll read a book with me?" "Of course," said Mrs. Ollie. "Olive, as many as you liked." This gave the book hog an idea. "Wait here," he said. He went home. Uh-oh. What? You know what he's going home for. And he came back with some books. Wow.
Just a couple.
Look how many books. He was excited somebody would read to him. Then wait on somebody to say that to him. Mrs. Olive led story time, and the book hog listened closely. He heard many stories, some funny, some sad, some kind of in between. Over time, with practice, the book hog learned to read on his own. He grew to love books even more, not just for the way they looked and felt, but for the stories they told. And yes, the book hog still takes a lot of books. But he always brings them back. Yeah. I like this book and I love it because this is part of my message. Me too was like the book hog. I didn't read. I knew how to read, but I wasn't the best reader. And it took a lot for me to ask for help. I was nervous. I was scared. I used to really act out when it was time for me to read and try to get in trouble for I would have to read. And that quickly didn't work anymore, and I had to ask for help. And it was one of the best things I ever did. I still struggle with it, and it's okay. But practice, 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 and just try. Ask for help if you need it. Do whatever you have to do, but it's okay. Know that with practice and with time, that you too can be a great reader. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. Thank you guys for letting me read to you. I hope to do it again. I really enjoyed this. I really enjoyed reading. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. Thank you.